Ja, herzlich willkommen zur neuen Ausgabe SI Talk. Ich bin bei Avino Silber. David Wolfin ist bei mir, wie auch schon beim letzten Mal. Und ja, die Company hat interessante News rausgebracht die letzten Tage. Und ja, jetzt schauen wir mal, wie es beim Update läuft. David, thank you for your time. We do this last time, I think, in October. So maybe you can fill us in what's happened since October.
Sure. So we did a 10 million US bought deal financing, and earlier this week we announced what the use of proceeds are for, and it's a major expansion in Mexico. We're going to increase the capacity in the mill by 70%. So we're going to go from 1,500 tons per day to 2,500 tons per day. We expect the expansion to take about a year, so probably in Q1 next year we should complete it. Expectations, I mean, it's going to be an exact duplication of Circuit 3. We have 3 independent circuits in our mill. Circuit 3 is 1,000 tons per day. So if you have expectations about, what to expect, it produced about 1.5 million ounces of silver equivalent.
Brings this new expansion also a cost increase with you in overall? Or
no, it'll actually probably do the opposite, because we're not going to be expanding the workforce. We'll be expanding the output.
So that's mean the cost coming down per ounces?
Correct.
So you can say in which level you expect coming down?
I don't want to be overly promotional. I just like to say that we'll keep it consistent to where it is now, which is very good. We're about $10.50 US all in sustaining. If we can improve on that, which we expect to. I mean, one of the items that we're going to be installing in the mill is fully automating it. We're going to put in these on-stream analyzers, so we can have instant assays. So you're not even waiting 24 hours like in a traditional lab. This will all be fully automated. It's about $1 million improvement, and so we can adjust motors, pumps, chemicals to maximize recovery rates.
So that's maximize the recovery rates. This is a very healthy and very good development.
It's a way of lowering costs because you improve your output.
Yeah. With the time difference, when you lose 24 hours or something, that you get back the results from the lab, it's 24 hours, you produce a lot of tons.
It takes a long time to adjust a mill that way, but if you have instant information, you can do a lot of testing on the fly and improve the recovery rates quicker.
Mm-hmm. So that's the major. What this mean? Okay, this mean also that 2018 the production will increase.
Correct.
Do you have some guidance for 2017?
It'll be similar to 2016.
Okay, so but still with this silver price, you produce a healthy margin. It's not a problem, and you have all the funds to make the big expansion through this boat deal. What you have in the car.
We already had 10 million in the bank before that, so I believe our balance is about 20 to 21 million US.
I remember me in the fall, the people was not really so happy with this boat deal, especially.
Yes. Well, the thing was there was a discount, and it never really bounced back after the discount because of the timing in the market. Metal prices were going down, and you were seeing outflows in a lot of the funds, and so we had to make a decision, basically. Knowing that we had this large capital expansion coming to shore up our balance sheet. So we felt in the long run, people will forget about the short discount and the bleep, because look at the benefits we're going to show our shareholders who are patient. Next year, we're going to be a lot higher in production from where we are today.
Yeah, so that's mean also it's nothing in you plan nothing for private placement and board deals also for the next coming months or quarters.
No.
Perfect. What is there was now a big conference in Vancouver.
Yes.
What is your feeling about the market?
Everyone's enthusiastic. There was the Roundup and the Cambridge shows, and both were very well attended. people are optimistic. They think that metal prices are going to go higher with the new president in the U.S., so time will tell. It seems to be creeping up, and so I'm excited about the future. But, we don't rely on that. We just look to control our costs. If we can keep our costs down and grow production, we control our own destiny.
Good. So, but you absolutely agree with me when we say compared to last year, it was a big shift in sentiment. Last year was the conference half of the size.
Yeah.
A lot of technology company was there, so there was really, but this was an unbelievable show on the bad side, I must say. So, and not well attended, and this year is totally different.
Yeah, I agree.
What can we other things expect?
Sure. I mean, we also announced that our plans for the Canadian project, the Bralorne Mine, and so we've got a 3-phase program. It's a conservative approach. So we plan to reopen the mine this year. We had to do a lot of environmental work before we could, satisfy the regulators, and so we raised the level of the tailings dam. We fortified it with a buttress. They gave us the approvals to use it now, and we're pumping mine water, drainage water into it. We brought in a portable water treatment plant, microfiltration, and put a house over it. It's a $2 million fully automated plant, and we produce almost drinking water that comes out of the mine, because the old mine has arsenic in the water, because arsenic is associated with gold. So that's a good sign that there's still lots of gold in the mine. It's bad because you can't let it go in the creek. So we've dealt with that. So now we got those two things behind us. The province is building a sewage treatment plant for the town of Bralorne. So we're tying into that. So we're doing all the civil works, upgrading the above ground buildings. We put in a new medical building with a women's dry. You have to have equal opportunity. So we do have a lady that works for us when we were operating, and she's probably as good as the other miners. And so we have a private room for her to change in, and it's super heated because if their clothes are wet, it'll dry it for the next day. And so we've done that. We've upgraded our electrical substation. We got it built remotely in what we call a CCAN off-site in town here. So it's a new substation that's going to be installed up there. We know that BC Hydro is planning a major upgrade in the area. There's a dam up there. They're planning a $1 billion investment over the next probably 5 or 6 years. So we're going to have access to more electricity. So we want to expand, and we want to get it up and running. We want to use the same sort of concept we use in Mexico. Start on a smaller scale, have it break even, have it make some money, and use that cash flow in order to expand it. And we've got permits to go up to 500 tons per day. We're going to start at 100, 150 tons per day. But we've also bought new equipment to go larger. We've got 2 new scoop trams, brand new, out of the box from Sandvik, jumbo, a loader from Caterpillar. So we're going to look to test long hole mining. So this is more mechanized mining, and get away, if we can, from stope mining, which is labor intensive, and labor costs in Canada are expensive. So if we can go to more mechanized mining, we can lower our costs. And then also we're training a new labor crew. We've gone into partnership with the First Nations, Statliam First Nations in Lillooet, and we've partnership with them with the North Island Community College that has an underground mining training program. And we went to the government and got funded by the provincial and federal government. So we all win. And we graduated 12 students already, and we've started the program again. We've got another 12 students, and then we've branched out and talked to Thompson's Rivers University in Kamloops, and they have trades. So we're going to look to expand this program and add welding and millwright, electricians, because we want a larger labor pool, younger labor pool to choose from.
So when you think you can start with the production in Bralorne?
In the second half of this year is our target date, assuming we get the green light from the province.
We should not expect too much in this year from Bralorne.
Correct.
More next year.
Next year. Yep.
But this is development year or so something.
You know, yeah, and then people.
But this was last year too. But this year it's the
we
production.
just spread out the costs because it was time consuming and dealing with various consultants and the government. It's slow.
So this year is nearly what you say from the guidance, nearly the same what last year was, but it's a preparation for the big movement more in 2018.
Yeah. So what are the ideas? I mean, next year we want to get it up to 300 tons per day. Our average grade up near the surface is a quarter of an ounce per ton. Is the imperial that they're using.
I mean in general for Avino. Then you have in Avino the expansion that's coming online next year in the first half. You have the Bralorne that's coming up this year in the second half, but you will have results or have revenues in next year. So next year we will see really. We get the benefits for them.
We're planning to increase the crushing capacity, and so over time we want to go. Their next phase is 300 tons per day. We know that it's going to make money at current metal prices and grades. At 300 tons per day, it should throw off pretty good cash flow. And if you look at what that is in silver equivalent, at 150 tons per day, you're looking at 900,000 ounces of silver equivalent. Double that or triple that at 300 tons per day. And that's assuming, we're mining it at a quarter ounce per ton. As we go deeper, the mine average half ounce per ton. So it could go up as we go deeper. So, and ultimately we want to get it to 500 tons per day. So it could be a really impressive mine at that stage.
I always loved this project. You know this. I love this idea and behind the Bralorne project itself. So for me, it's a no-brainer.
In the 40s and 50s, there was three mines. There was the King, Bralorne, and Pioneer. We own it all. The Pioneer was originally built by the Guggenheim family that started as Sarco.
Yeah.
Pioneer was listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Bralorne was a separate company listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange. We own them both, and we're exploring in between the gap zones. There's about a kilometer and a half between the mines, and that's where we've made these new discoveries. And we came out with a new resource estimate this year, about 150,000 ounces in all the categories. So about 5 years of mine life, but that's just up near the surface. These are deep-rooted veins, like Red Lake. They go down. Bralorne, the original mine, goes down a mile.
Yeah. I know. I love this story. It was really great.
You have to come up there. I'm officially inviting you.
We talk so many times, and this is really closed.
Yeah.
So it's, but never done it before. But
in the summer, come back in the summer.
In the summer we can do it.
You can drive up in 3 or 4 hours, or take a float plane and fly right up and land on a lake.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
David, thank you for the update. Ja, das war ein Update von Avino. Also die Aktie war letztes Jahr, nach unserem Interview, ein bisschen unter Druck gestanden, weil sie haben eine 10 Millionen Finanzierung bekannt gegeben. Keiner hat gewusst, warum brauchen sie jetzt die 10 Millionen, warum machen sie das. Die Aktie war die Finanzierung war mit einem Discount und das war also ein schlechtes Umfeld, das hat keinem so gefallen. Sie haben gestern oder vorgestern eine Pressemeldung rausgebracht, wo sie eigentlich geschrieben haben, warum wir das Geld eigentlich brauchen. Und zwar, sie wollen eine große Expansion in ihrer Mine in Mexiko machen, wo sie über 1000 Tonnen dazufügen. Dadurch wird die Produktion dementsprechend um 70% erhöht. Die kommt nächstes Jahr im ersten Quartal online und bringt natürlich, und deswegen habe ich so ein bisschen komisch gefragt, aber die bringen die Kosten natürlich nach unten, weil das natürlich ein großer Zirkel ist, also eine große Minenzirkel, und der bringt natürlich eine Kosteneffizienzsteigerung mit. Er hat zum Beispiel gesagt, früher war es so, dass sie 24 Stunden braucht haben, bis dass die Ergebnisse aus dem Labor zurück waren. Das braucht jetzt, geht Realtime, das heißt, sie können viel schneller mit der Mühle und mit der Mine arbeiten, um das optimalen Prozess zu finden, damit die Recovery Rate sehr hoch ist. Also für das brauchen sie das Geld. 10 Millionen haben sie schon vorher gehabt, jetzt haben sie über 20 Millionen, das investieren sie, damit sie die Mine dort um 70% ausbauen können, die Mühle. Und dadurch wird die Produktion dementsprechend im Jahr 2018 deutlich größer werden. Das zweite Thema, wo wir groß gesprochen haben, war Bralorne. das war ja auch eine alte Liebe von mir. Schauen Sie einmal, da gibt es eine schöne Grafik drinnen, das waren früher 3 Minen und dazwischen wurde nicht abgebaut, weil es nämlich rechtliche Probleme gehabt haben, wo ist denn jetzt die Grenze von meiner Mine und wo fängt deine Mine an. Deswegen ist zwischen diesen Minen nicht bearbeitet worden. Und sie haben zwar jetzt nur 5 Jahre Mine Life, aber das geht runter bis zu 1 Kilometer oder mehr, 1,5 Kilometer runter. Und dort sind vor allem hochgradige, ganz hochgradige Zonen. Und das ist eigentlich, wo sie jetzt in diesem Jahr auch wieder anfangen, die Produktion. Sie haben in den letzten Jahren, um die Kosten niedrig zu halten, viel investiert, aber heute über mehrere Jahre, um den Teich zum Beispiel abzudichten und nicht abzudichten, sondern größer zu machen und die neuesten Regularien reinzuführen. Dann die Wasseraufbereitung haben sie neu machen müssen. Das hat alles ein paar Millionen gekostet, aber heute über mehrere Jahre verteilt. Jetzt in diesem Jahr wollen sie im zweiten Halbjahr wieder mit der Produktion anfangen, ungefähr 100 bis 150 Tonnen. Das wollen sie dann nächstes Jahr auf 300 Tonnen steigern und natürlich dann bis 500 Millionen, wo sie die Genehmigung, 500 Tonnen pro Tag, wo sie die Genehmigung haben, erweitern. Und das heißt, alle so 100, 150 Tonnen Reis umgerechnet ungefähr 800.000 Unzen Silber-Äquivalent, damit man es nämlich vergleichen kann mit der Avino Mine. Also das ist schon ein großer Brocken, das darf man nicht unterschätzen. Und wie gesagt, mir taugt das Projekt wirklich sehr gut und von daher können wir für 2018 relativ viel erwarten, was nichts anderes heißt, dass ja der Markt normalerweise schon früher darauf reagiert, weil wenn es dann einmal Fakten sind, dann ist es ja nicht mehr spannend. Nehmen Abhängigkeit vom Silberpreis heißt es natürlich auch, dass Expansion ansteht und dass das natürlich dann die Gewinne des Unternehmens deutlich erhöhen. Das war's von Avino Silva, David Wolfin, Jänner 2017, Vancouver. Tschüss und Baba.
Dankeschön.
Thank you.
Thank you.